back in the garage, working on the Dyna today. Haven't worked on this thing in a while, but it needs some love. So we're gonna be doing a big makeover on this thing over the next month or so we can use some of the parts off of this for the bagger. We're gonna do a little video on getting a tank dent out because underneath this sticker is a massive dent from this crash where my bar has bent down so far and snapped that they punched a massive dent into the tank. So we're gonna try to get that out. We're gonna paint the tins. I'll keep the color a surprise for now. But today we're just gonna throw some new bars on, tidy this up and make it look a little bit prettier. We got some of the Renthal twin wall bars, super rad, stiff bar. Highly suggest running these if you're going with the 7/8 setup, just due to the fact that they have less flex than a normal moto bar. And since we are riding much heavier bikes, it just all around works a bit better for what we're doing. What else do we got going today? We're taking the exhaust off. We gotta take the exhaust off so we can get the transmission cover off because we're gonna be using this transmission cover on the bagger, and I got an extra one thanks to Archetype. For this bike, it's black, so we're gonna start deleting some of the chrome off this thing, black out all of the main components of this bike, and then the only color will be in the wheels and a couple little accessories like the crash bar ends and the tins. If you watched any of my other videos, make sure to hit that like, make sure to hit the subscribe. It's a huge help to me and my channel, and I'd really like to grow this and see where it goes over the next couple of years. And I'm trying to put out as much possible content as I can, whether it's wrenching videos, riding videos. We got the podcast up. If you haven't checked that out, go listen to me and some homies shoot the shit. Hopefully we'll have some big guests coming on in the next little while to spice things up a little bit. But yeah, like and subscribe, it'd be a huge help. Check out what we get up to today. So if you guys are wondering what I'm running for risers, we got the Archetype Manufacturing risers. These are the flights. Oh, of course, there we go. These are the flights. Super awesome riser. You have your adjustable pullback pivot in here. Overall, these have stood up absolutely amazing. My bike these were on my Sportster when I looped it out once or twice, mouse trapped once or twice, and now they've been on the Dyna for 1 or 2 good crashes so far, and they are still super good to go. There's no bad wear in these, and these were actually used risers that I was given, so that's just a good show of proof of what kind of quality we're talking about here with these Archetype risers. Come over here, Renthal bars. These are gonna go on here like this and just make my bike look a million times better. And get ready for this. Sheesh! The retro purple and yellowish green, whatever color that is.
My bad, I'm colorblind. You what?
She ain't quite mint, but maybe this will give you a little secret as to what my tins might get painted. Easy. I'm actually just waiting for the exhaust to cool down. I go taking that off because I had to turn it on to get the bike into the shop because it's been stored outside lately.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Don't tell anybody. I wish I treated her better. This bike is the love of my life. Love of my life. Anyways, let's get to work. Alright, so as you can see, we got the exhaust off. We got the transmission case off, or side cover off. Oh! Voila. Just like that. got the transmission cover off. Okay, so I'm sure a lot of you guys that are watching these videos of all these guys stunting Harleys, you're wondering how anybody can really afford to thrash on these expensive bikes like we do, especially in my case. For those of you that don't know, I've had a daughter that's been battling cancer for the last, basically her whole entire life. She's 2 years old, but I've managed to do this on a crazy budget, and thanks to some of my super awesome sponsors like Archetype, massive hookup for hard parts. They've been so generous through this whole thing. I also have some really good friends, like for instance Jesse Ryan got me this crash bar, bought it off him for super cheap. But I don't think that there's anybody out there that is stunting Harleys that didn't somehow do it on a budget. I'm sure there are guys out there thrashing on bikes and spending tons and tons of money. There are those builds out there, but for the guys like me, this bike was $5,000. In Canada, that's crazy cheap to find any Dyna, especially a twin cam, for that kind of price. This is the late model, so we have the 49mm forks on here with a bigger frame, heavier bike. The early models are the more sought after bikes, so that is how we got this for a good deal. But it was sourced out by the owner of Archetype, Derek, who shot me a message on Facebook and was able to front me the money until I could pay him back to get this Dyna. So I got some help with amazing generosity from people, but another massive part to doing this, and one of my favorite parts of doing all of this, is the wrenching. There is no way that you could manage to stunt a Harley, or really any motorcycle that is, and not know how to work on it yourself. You gotta know how to do at least the basic maintenance, and if you want to get by for super cheap, you gotta be able to source out your own parts, find your own ways of doing things that save you money here and there. People always ask, how do you guys afford tires? I don't know anybody that affords tires. We burn through tires way too fast. Go to your local dealer, go to your local shop, talk to them, make friends with them. Don't just go in and ask and say, hey, can I have all your old tires? They're probably gonna say no because it's usually liability. But I happen to work at a motorcycle shop now, which makes my life a whole lot easier, and that's how I afford these things, like these new twin walls. I get a discount. So in order for people to afford stunt riding, you kind of have to shape your life around it a little bit. You have to have a place to work on a bike. That can be hard, but you can do it outside. You're not limited to where you can work on a bike. You can work on it anywhere as long as you have the tools. Don't go buy Snap-on tools. Go buy some tools on Amazon. Most of my tools are from Amazon and they work great. I don't break tools all the time. It's steel. They'll last you long enough. Don't worry about it. Don't think that you need to be the best mechanic in the whole entire world to work on these things. You can learn lots of stuff on YouTube, and that's why I'm kind of making these videos, to try to help people see how you can go about this. This amazing front brake master right here, you wouldn't believe it. It's from Amazon. They're $25 for the master and the lever, and they work amazing. There's lots of dudes running dirt bike throttle tubes. That's what I have on here. This is the Motion Pro 3, which is a little bit on the more expensive side, but you can buy just an OEM tube and make the cables work. You might just have to do some finicky here and there stuff, but it is doable. What else do we have ghetto on here? We got a CD cover covering my stock air cleaner because it just looks better. This amazing headlight is also from Amazon. It's like $50 for the bucket and the headlight. This front tire, Shinko 777, which is the tire that I swear by. I'll tell anybody to buy this tire because I would buy this tire, but I was in a pinch and this tire happened to be in a garbage pile and it had like 80% tread on it for some reason, so grab that and she's good to go. Sourcing out parts, look on Marketplace, look on eBay, look for used stuff. It doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be pretty. Hit it with some spray paint, should be good to go. So that's kind of a breakdown of how I afford to do this. just doing it as cheaply as possible by finding the little tricks of the trade, and you have to be able to wrench on your own bike. So that's why I'm making this content, just to try to help people realize that if you set your mind to something, you can make it happen. I've been around dirt bikes my whole life, but I had never wrenched on a Harley until I started stunting Harleys, and through YouTube and sourcing lots of people, asking lots of people, I've gotten here and learned how to do all this stuff. So trying to share the knowledge that I have and any knowledge that I learned along the way. So if you like this content, please like and subscribe. I never hold back secrets, so comment below if you have any questions on how I do this stuff, what parts I'm running, what the cheapest parts are that I know of. And yeah, thanks for watching, and here's just a quick episode. We got the bagger episode coming out next, but I figured I'd just put a little short out while I had some work to do tonight. So thank you for watching. Stay smiling. Peace.